just like understanding what it is that your body needs and finding the best way to get that to your body in a way that like your body can absorb it. It's the order that people eat their food that's the most wrong. There's no one way to like eat. There are just certain things that there are certain needs
Hmm.
that you should fulfill for your body. Like your body has micronutrient needs and then you have macronutrient needs. So like macronutrients is protein. Then you have micronutrients, and that's like antioxidants. That those are minerals, those are vitamins. Even water can be considered a macronutrient because you need a lot of it, but it's just like understanding what it is that your body needs and finding the best way to get that to your body in a way that like your body can absorb it. So like some people are like, oh, you need protein, but over the years they've been eating so poorly that maybe eating meat might not be the best for them because they can't digest it enough. It's not to say that you can't eat meat. I think you can still be healthy and eat meat, even though I'm vegan. But I feel like it's about making sure that you're getting your body what it needs in the best form.
First, the label of being vegan. Are you vegan in the traditional sense, or is it more of the lifestyle and dietary habit?
I would say I honestly prefer to say like plant-based because
Mm.
I feel like it really does emphasize how much nutrients are in plants themselves. I still consider, not consider, but I still consume things like honey, and honey is not considered vegan. So I'm not like your average vegan. I'm like a like super health conscious, turn it around, what's in the ingredients kind of like plant-based vegan. So,
Okay,
and
okay,
then
I am
also,
too. I feel
yeah.
that that's one of the things I never really got about the labels, other
Mhm.
than this is what it is, and plant-based being kind of like a derivative of veganism. It threw me off that it was separate because I thought veganism was plant-based, but if it's specifically like focused on herbs, plants, and things that grow naturally that aren't, I guess, animals, then yeah, I would consider myself plant-based too by those standards. I am a turn the label around kind of person and really read what is in things. And even if something says it may contain this, this, and this, I kind of stay away from it just because you never know. But it's also not just because of the veganism or animal thing. It is due to the diet you want to have and not consuming certain things. Like you could have sugar all day, but technically that wouldn't be health conscious, would it?
Right. Yeah, exactly. Like sugar is vegan. Like sugar is plant-based, but it's not necessarily the best thing to consume, especially not in, like high doses or high amounts. So, yes.
Right, right. So my other question with that, labels aside, what made you decide to become vegan or plant-based, especially eating wise, and did it actually integrate with you deciding, oh, I want to help other people with this?
So I changed my diet 5 years ago. I cut meat officially out of my diet. I cut a lot of things out of my diet. But the reason why I like transition is because I vividly remember focusing on eating certain foods that weren't in my diet before and how good I felt after eating those foods. So like normally you would go to sleep after eating like a big meal, you get the itis, and it's like food is supposed to give you energy. But then you eat a meal and you're like knocked out and you're like, why am I like tired? But the foods that I was eating before, or not before, but the foods that I started eating after, like quinoa, I started eating like Brussels sprouts, more greens
Mhm.
and healthy grains. I was like, I feel good. Like this is giving me energy. So I was like, I can do this. And I just focused on eating more of those things. And then basically like my diet kind of like formed around that. And once I started feeling better eating that way, I started telling people like, hey, you should swap out rice for quinoa. You should swap out maybe this meat for mushrooms or jackfruit because it makes you feel good and it's still really tasty if you season it the right way.
So when it comes to health in particular, your angle is through consumption.
Mhm.
And when it comes to consuming things, what are things that not only you were consuming, but people in general might consume on a daily basis that could help eliminate a lot of problems or macro problems, if you will, the moment they start doing it?
Right. I would honestly say it's the order that people eat their food that's the most wrong.
what's up? It's UraelB, and I want to say thank you for listening to this conversation. If you're enjoying it, please consider purchasing my album that inspired it all, Respect the Real, Volume 2. The full album is available in the link in the description, and there's also a link to stream all the singles. Whichever way you support, I thank you for it. Well, I'm gonna get out the way. Back to the conversation.
Like there's like two things that I recommend people to start doing, even if they don't change their diet. Like start your day with fruit, have breakfast. That should be your first meal. Because you need fiber and you need to hydrate your colon immediately after waking up. Because when you're sleeping, you're fasting and you're not consuming anything. So your body is detoxing, it's cleansing, it's regenerating. And when you wake up, if you immediately go for bacon, egg, sausage, and all these heavy foods, it's just like, well, damn, all the work I just did while you were asleep, like you tacked on more. You didn't make sure I flushed everything out. You didn't make sure that we went to the bathroom first. You didn't make sure we did any of that with the food that you eat. So I always recommend people to have like whole fruit in the morning, a smoothie in the morning, something that's very fiber rich, and hydrating. So fruit before anything is something that people should like try doing. Also eating while drinking is like one of the quickest ways to like bloat. It's also one of the quickest ways to like get like digestive complications because when you're drinking, especially water, like water is one of the worst things you can drink while eating because it dilutes your stomach acids and enzymes. So
Mm.
like if you like in order to break down meat, like you need some serious acids and enzymes. Like,
Right, right.
so if you're drinking water while you're eating like a steak or chicken or whatever, you're watering down your body's ability to effectively break down the nutrients in the protein in the meat or in anything that you're eating. So those two things are things that people can start doing that'll actually improve their health. It's just the way that we do things. Like drink your water 30 minutes either before or at least try to wait 30 minutes after, to consume your water.
You know what's cold? You kind of like you disrupted my entire like feng shui of breakfast because I loved sweet breakfast growing up. So even
Mhm.
when I became vegan, I started making just like vegan waffles to start the day. You
Mhm.
know what I'm saying? And as far as fasting when sleeping, I never seen it like that, but that's exactly what it is. And I noticed, yes, when I am eating these waffles with like some grits or some oatmeal. I'm gonna crash like 2 hours after that, and it's
Yeah,
just like the breakfast I'm used to, vegan or not. Like I'm
right.
not eating sausage and bacon no more, eggs at all. So at some point, I'm thinking, well, what is it? It was sugar to me, or it was also the fact that it was just too heavy. So
Right.
you made a lot of sense saying that, and then also with the water thing. Shout out to this guy. I don't know if you've ever watched him on YouTube. His name is Ralph Smart. He's one
Mm.
of the people I watched on YouTube when I was in my like deep spiritual transformation bag in college and I'm like shaping my newfound perspective on life that literally said the exact same thing, like drinking water or drinking while eating is half of the problem you're having when you're digesting food. And I didn't think it was because it's water though. So what exactly is it about water other than it diluting your stomach acid that causes the problems? Because I mean, we need water, so why is it something we should wait to do or wait to consume, especially
Yeah.
if we're about to eat?
I mean, water's not bad. Of course, I think that there is more benefit in drinking structured water. So like fresh juices, because that's still water, but it contains more minerals, it contains more antioxidants, it contains more vitamins and plant enzymes and things that can actually benefit you and easy at that too, because it's liquid. You don't need to digest like water or juice. So there's nothing wrong with water. The problem is when you introduce water to your body while it's trying to break down food. Like you need strength. You need strong enzymes and acids when you're breaking down your meals, and that water just dilutes it. That's it.
So if I had to acid from a Coke or a Dr. Pepper, is that okay?
I wouldn't recommend that either. I wouldn't
No, I
recommend
feel you.
it
I just want
either.
to ask because for the sake of like what you're describing it as, that's clearly more acidic than water, but why wouldn't
Yeah.
that also be a good idea?
I would just say because like the acid in your stomach is not necessarily tantamount to the acid in like soda. Like you still have hella
Mm.
sugar in that soda. And then also, oh, I forget how to necessarily explain it, but there are consuming too much sugar really does disrupt your it disrupts your microbiome, which is the bacteria that is in your gut. So too much sugar causes like a yeast overload. You actually do need yeast in certain portions, in certain amounts to that's already within your body to break down certain nutrients and meals. But too much of it, that's why women get like yeast infections, or that's why you can get like psoriasis and plaque buildup on your scalp because that yeast is coming out of the body. Like it's just too much. So your body detoxes it in a way. So the Coke thing, the soda and stuff like that is basically because it's like too much sugar. Like let your body break down the meal, like not too
Right.
much.
Hey, it's UraelB, and I want to say thank you again for tuning in to this conversation. Your attention is extremely valuable. So if you took any value from this video, please consider liking, sharing this with someone, and subscribing to this channel. It goes a long way. And stay tuned for more. Check out one of these videos right here.